5 much-anticipated horror reboots and sequels coming in 2020. Screams of terror will continue to fill the cinemas in 2020 as more scary movies are in Hollywood studios' pipelines. What truly raises the excitement level of horror fanatics is the return of well-loved scary flicks as reboots or sequels, such as these 5 big horror films coming your way in 2020. Number 5. Halloween Kills. With 11 films released from 1978 to 2018, the 4-decade-old Halloween horror franchise ranks first at the US box office in adjusted 2018 dollars when compared to other American horror series. Internationally, the 11 films have a collective gross of $620 million.
Goodbye, Michael.
If you think it ends there, think again. Serial killer Michael Myers will be back for more attacks in 2 additional Halloween installments. The 12th movie is entitled Halloween Kills, which is a direct sequel to 2018's Halloween and the franchise's penultimate film. Jamie Lee Curtis returns as Laurie Strode, the sole survivor of Michael Myers' killing spree in 1978, while James Jude Courtney will reprise his role as Myers alongside Nick Castle, who played the franchise's original serial killer. In Halloween Kills, Laurie goes back to the fictional town of Haddonfield in Illinois with her daughter and granddaughter to live life anew. But her appearance also triggers Myers, who returns to the town and endangers not just Laurie and her family, but the whole town of Haddonfield. Prepare to be scared on October 16th, 2020.
Happy Halloween.
Number 4. The Conjuring 3. The Conjuring Universe will never seem to run out of bullets to slay the competition in the horror genre.
It's standing right behind you.
As James Wan, one of the forces behind the Conjuring franchise, puts it, there could be many more Conjuring movies because the Warrens have so many stories. Of course, the Warrens refer to the real-life couple Ed and Lorraine, whose exploits as paranormal investigators and authors were the rich sources of the franchise's maiden offering, The Conjuring in 2013, followed by The Conjuring 2 in 2016, both directed by Wan. Definitely, the 3rd Conjuring movie won't be how it should be without the Warren couple, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, at the center of the hair-raising paranormal occurrences. In Conjuring 3, the story is based on another Warren case file, the true story of a man on trial for murder who claims he was possessed by a demon. According to Wan, who co-created this story, I think it's the first time in America's history where the defendant used possessions as a reason, as an excuse. The terror continues on September 11th, 2020. Number 3. Candyman. 21 years since he last sowed terror on the silver screen, Candyman will be reborn in 2020 as Jordan Peele of Get Out fame is producing and co-writing the reboot for a June 12, 2020 release. Based on the 1985 short story The Forbidden of Clive Barker's collection Books of Blood, Candyman was introduced to movie audiences in 1992 as the ghost of an artist and a son of a slave who was murdered in the late 19th century. American actor and voice artist Tony Todd played the ghostly serial killer in the first Candyman installment.
You're mine now.
And in 1995's Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh, and 1999's Candyman, Day of the Dead. Peele's revival of the slasher icon is described as a spiritual sequel that returns to the now redeveloped Chicago neighborhood where the Cabrini Green housing projects once stood and were haunted by the Candyman himself. Todd returns in the titular role with Aquaman villain Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Teyonah Parris, who was memorable in If Beale Street Could Talk, and Nathan Stewart Jarrett of Misfits. Leave it to Peele in giving the classic 1990s horror franchise a fresh take. Number 2. Saw 9, The Organ Donor. Saw was the directorial debut of Malaysian-born Australian director, screenwriter, and producer James Wan in 2004, which was made for a $1.2 million budget. It went on to earn $103.9 million at the worldwide box office and has become a profitable horror franchise with 8 releases as of 2017. The 8th Saw installment, entitled Jigsaw, wasn't as successful, and many thought the franchise had come to an end. But thanks to comedian Chris Rock, his fascination for the Saw franchise inspired him to create a story, executive produce, and headline the horror franchise's 9th film entitled The Organ Donor. Rock states, "I've been a fan of Saw since the first film in 2004. I am excited by the opportunity to take this to a really intense and twisted new place." Film outfit Lionsgate found Rock's treatment of a new Saw movie a completely fresh perspective, and thus, The Organ Donor came into fruition.
No, it's not creepy at all.
Showing on May 15, 2020, Rock co-stars with Samuel L. Jackson as father and son police detectives, investigating a series of grisly crimes. Number 1. A Quiet Place, Part 2. The winning tandem of real-life husband and wife John Krasinski and Emily Blunt is back in A Quiet Place 2, the sequel to their post-apocalyptic horror movie A Quiet Place in 2018. Krasinski, who directed and starred in the first film together with Blunt, then said he considered it as a one-off. But the film surprised everyone with a worldwide earning of $340.9 million, and planning a sequel became inevitable. So Krasinski came on board as a screenwriter, and by February 2019, he accepted the offer to direct again the sequel showing on March 20th, 2020. But he won't appear in the sequel since his character met a gut-wrenching death in the blockbuster original movie. Aside from Blunt, also reprising their roles in A Quiet Place Part 2 are Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe as the couple's surviving kids. The plot of the movie is being kept under wraps, but according to its cinematographer Polly Morgan, the sequel's approach is more about the children growing up, exploring the world, and learning to protect themselves. If you find this video infotaining, please subscribe to our channel and make us part of your daily habit.